Welcome back to Big Brander podcast. Today, I want to continue with the part of your business foundation. So, if on my previous episodes, I spoke about the having a business strategy, which is your lighthouse, which is going to guide you to where you want to take your business, and then we spoke about on your target audience and how it's important for you to define them and know exactly who they are because they will tell you where to find them, how to engage with them, how to communicate with them, which is going to help you with your content creation, on which social media platform you're going to find them, and the timing, when are they going to be more active and things like that. But those are the first two parts. Another important part in your business foundation is basically to let people get to know you, who you are, what your brand is all about, and build relationships with them so you can gain their trust. And that you do by building a community. Building a community around your brand, around yourself, around what you do, what you believe in. And when I speak about community, I know that some people tend to think that if they don't manage a Facebook group, for example, or a LinkedIn group, it means they don't have a community and they just part of a community. So here I want to correct you around this because your audience is your community. So that is why it's very important to know who you're trying to reach out to and to build a community for them, to build a safe place for them, a place that they feel belong, that they can come and ask questions, they get answers to their problems, they trusting, they feel that they're part of something, that are not by themselves, that other people are resonating with them, to have a safe place. We all want to feel that part. So especially when COVID happened, you saw that a lot of people are starting to join more and more networking groups and different groups on Facebook, and they start to engage more because people were actually searching for that part. They want to feel part of something. As human beings in our biology, we're not meant to be just by ourselves. We're people that need to have people around us. We cannot be by ourselves. And that's why it's very important. You want to feel that someone can see you, that someone understands you, that you can be yourself. And that is one of the reasons that it's super important for you to build a community around your brand, around yourself. And that community you build by actually building relationships with them. Because you need to remember that people buy from people. And people buy from people. They have a relationship because by having relationships with them, it means that they're trusting them. And you're probably going to hear me repeating this over and over, but when they trust you, it means they're going to be loyal to you and they're going to be your best brand ambassadors. And that is how you can build a strong online brand. That's what all the big companies are doing. They've been building with us relationships for so many years that no matter what happens, whenever, for example, they launch a new product, they do an event, whatever they do, we want to be there. We want to be part of that community. So, for example, a company like Nike, they're selling, for example, shoes and leggings and stuff like this. But they're not only doing that, they've built a community. So they will sponsor and have marathons and other events. And that's part of them like joining to the people, doing stuff with the people, doing stuff with their audience and building something for them. Something that goes around the brand's values. So ask yourself, what is my brand values? Okay, and around them, by the way, your brand values are your values because you are the brand. And those needs to be in line. And once you got this, you can start building that community around those values. And then you want to attract those people that actually resonate and share same values as you. Because if they share the same values as you, they will feel much more easier to connect to you and build this relationship with you. And eventually, you will gain their trust. And that's what you want to focus on. And that's why it's very important. So for example, if I look at myself, when I started and I decided to start my own business, I've decided to start it not in my home country and not in my home language. It's because I'm from Israel. I relocated to South Africa because of my job. I had a job proposal to come here. I came to do this, but eventually I decided to start my business, but I was starting from scratch. Now, how do you build a brand from scratch? And one of the things that really helped me, it was building a community, understanding my audience, having a business strategy, and building a community to my audience, to the niche that that I've decided to focus on. Because I needed people to get to know me, understand who am I need to build credibility. I needed them to understand, get who am I and to trust me, so they will be willing to listen and eventually book with me consultations and other stuff. And it takes time to build community, but not only that it takes time to build it, it also takes time to maintain it. Because you don't just want to build the community, you want to keep on growing that community, but you also want to maintain the community you already have. Because that community is the type of like a captive audience, right? They're going to be around you. So no matter what you decide to do, what are you going to change in your business? You decide to launch a new product, a new service, they will be there. And if at any point they're going to feel that they're not resonating with you, they're going to leave that community. And that's okay, because you cannot be everything to everyone. You want to attract the right people, but you want to build a strong audience around you, around your brand, because that's going to help you not first to start from scratch. You're going to already have something there, and that's going to help you to listen to them and understand what they're looking for so you can provide them with more. And that's going to help you to grow more and to build a stronger relationship with them. Because again, this is what you want to focus on. And that's why it's very important to know who's your audience, right? Because once you know who they are, you know how to build relationships with them, because you know what are the struggles, what are the pain points. You understand them, you see them. And by creating content and things that are relevant for them on this, it's really going to help you eventually to build that community around for them. And then through that, you're going to gain their trust. And through that, you're going to build a strong online brand. So that's why it's very important. And really don't look at it from the side, am I managing a community on a different platform? Yes, you are. Even if it's not a name of a group or it's not in a group, it's just on your personal profile or on a business page, it's still a community. Even on Instagram, when you don't have those groups, although you have it in the messages, you're still building a community, the type of people that are coming to you. And you really want to attract the right people, because once you do, they're going to start engaging with you. That's how you build the relationship. And that's how you're going to gain their trust. Because if I'm part of your community and it makes it to be okay for me to ask questions, to share what I think, to even maybe sometimes disagree with you, even if it's just maybe to let me read everything without saying anything and to let me come in the right moment, all of it is part of the building a community. And that's what you really want to focus on when you're building your business foundations. You want to make sure that you have a safe place, a place that your audience feels part of. He feels that you can see them, they feel belong. And that's what you need to focus on. I'm going to speak on other episodes, of course, on like how to build relationship, how to define your message, how to plan right, and all of it. But as for now, I want you to start to look at your business from this angle. Have you built a community for your audience? If not, now is the time. Check out the relationship you've got with your audience, how strong they are. If they're not strong enough, now it's the time to start making it stronger. And before you're jumping into growing more and more your community, focus on maintaining that community you have with small activities in between that are going to help you to grow. Because if you also maintain the relationships with your community, they automatically, as I said, like by building trust, they're going to be your best friend ambassadors. That's what's going to happen. They're going to start helping you to grow. And that's why it's very important to focus on the quality versus the quantity. I always say that the quality will bring the quantity and not the other way around. Because if you're focusing just on the quantity, people just going to come and go. They don't care. One day they want to listen, one day they're not. They're not really going to help you, to convert followers into actual clients. But by focusing on the quality of your groups, of your communities, of your audience, and again, it's not when I'm saying the quality of your audience, it doesn't mean that certain people are better than others. But you want a quality people from the side of they're relevant to you. They share the same values as you. They are the right audience for you, for your brand, and you are right for each other. So that's what you want to focus on creating quality content, quality services, whatever you do, your products, all of this. You want to make sure that you, through that, you're going to build that relationships, you're going to build that, gain their trust, and that's how you're going to build a brand. But that's also part of your community. So you want to focus on that side when you're building it. So just remember, we all want to feel part of something. We all want to feel that we belong to, that we have our support group. And especially as self-employed, as entrepreneurs, we want to feel part of something, a safe place for us. A place that we can actually moan and speak about not only the good things, but also on the crappy things. Because who said, like, to be entrepreneur, it's not an easy journey. It's really like riding, like being on a roller coaster, and you're up and you're down. And if you don't have the right support group, it's going to be harder to enjoy the ride. And that's part of building a community. So build a community for your audience. Focus on that. Focus on maintaining and growing and building relationships with them, and focus on providing quality things for your audience. And most importantly, make sure that you listen. Which this was on a personal note. This was one of my biggest lessons, biggest lesson in life, that I learned that even though I was listening, I didn't make it look like I'm listening. So make sure you listen. You listen to your audience, because that's going to really help you in building a strong community. Listen to what they say by their comments. Listen to what they say by the type of posts and contents that they save, that they share. They're going to tell you exactly what they love and what they don't. They're going to tell you exactly what inspires them. I might discuss them. And they're going to tell you everything. So just listen and communicate with them and engage with them and build that connection. And one of the most important things that you can do to build a connection is to create an emotional connection. And that's why you want to focus more on the problem instead of the solution. You want to speak more and create more an emotional connection. So that's okay to speak about your frustration. And that's okay to speak about your things that were not going so well, but what you learned out of it and what got you to where you are, and share your story and help them to share their story. Use your community to build something bigger. So build also a connection. And by the way, if you're managing groups and communities on Facebook or LinkedIn, that's also very important to know the people that are typing, to get to know them a bit better. So not only ask things about the business, but also ask personal things. Get to understand them. What's their story? What's behind everything they do? Why they do. Maybe things no one knows about them and they want to share. You want to get that. You want to build something that's going to get you close together to each other and have that strong connection. So I recommend to you to start thinking about what am I doing now for my community? How can I be better in building my community, maintaining my community, building their relationship with my audience? Am I listening to them? Or maybe not enough? Or maybe not really? What do they really like? What they don't? Ask yourself those questions and start focusing on building it. Because once you're going to have that community, now you can move to other parts of your business on growing your business. But if you want to have a strong foundation for your business, you cannot do it by yourself. You need to have the right supporting group. You need to have the audience that will be there for you and will walk with you along the way. You want to hear from a client that oh my God, I'm your VIP client. Whatever you do, I'm going to get. Or you want to have a client that say, oh, you're the expert. Whatever you say, I do. Because we all not only want to build a community, we also part of communities. So think about it from your perspective. What makes you to look at a community and say oh wow, that's a community I want to be part of. And think from that side, because we want to be part of a community, but we want to build a community. And that's really going to help you to grow your business. and really build some strong foundations for your business. So focus on that. And if I'll sum up again, like the three parts that I spoke about the business foundation, we spoke about having a business strategy, knowing your audience, making sure that you have a clear definition of them, and building a community to them. And that community you build for them, it's based on building strong connections, emotional connections that are going to help you to build relationships with them. And eventually, through that, you're going to gain their trust. They're going to be loyal to your brand and your best brand ambassadors. And that's how they're going to help you to grow your community. And from here, that's how you're going to build a strong online brand and grow your business. So, of course, if you have questions, you're not sure, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. Follow me on other social media platforms. I'm always answering the questions, and I'll continue with sharing more tips and things to help you grow your business, build a strong online brand by using social media and other marketing tools.